Hi guys, I hope you are well. I'm going to do a small sequence for the lower back. Lately we are stuck at home and end up to sit around the house. It can make our lower back very stiff and can lead to the lower back pain. This sequence will release the tension in your lower back, and I hope you will find this helpful. So we're going to start the sequence with the giant pose, Balasana. So come on to your knees, with your knee a little bit wider than your hip, and then to untuck your toes, bring your big toes touch, and slowly send your hip back down on your heels. So if you have your front ankle very stiff and kind of stretch, make sure that you have the blanket, very thin blanket in front of it, and then send it back like this. Now allow your forehead resting on the mat so that your arms extended out straight in front of you. Slowly draw your attentions to your breath. Breathing in and breathe out through your nostril. As you inhale, slowly filling up your lungs. And when you exhale out through your nostril, drawing your navel towards your spine. Relax the back of your neck. Draw your tailbone down on the mat so you feel that you're lengthening the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. In the front and in the back of your body, and also the side, expanding your rib cage. Two more breaths here, in and out. And every time you exhale, just release a bit tensions you might be holding on now. Last breath. Deep breath into your nose. Belly goes up. And when you exhale, belly falls down. Then inhale, slowly lift your forehead just an inch or half inch off the mat and walk your hand to the right side. And then rest down your both arms and forearms on the ground, on the mat. Bring your left hand on the top of your right hand. Now slowly you can feel that your left sitting bone get off your left heel. Round your left sitting bone back down on your heel again. Breathing into your left side and feel that you lengthening that side. Again, exhale to melt your upper body into the mat. One more breath here. Then inhale, slowly walk your hand back slowly back to the center. Inhale, forehead fall on the mat. Exhale, lift your forehead back up again and walk your both left side. Your right hand on the top of your left hand. Rounding your right sitting bone on your heel. Breathing through your right side and breathe out the same side. Inhale, slowly bring your hand back. Lift your head up again and walk your hand back into the sand. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Lengthen the back of your neck. And then exhale, forehead falls on the mat. And slowly press down your both hands. Shift your torso up. And slowly we set ourselves in the tabletop position. If you have your knee weak, of course you can keep the blanket underneath. The tabletop position, make sure that your hands shoulder distant apart, your fingers spread widely, and your knee hip distant apart. Now maintain your lower back flattened rather than let it natural arch. Pull your navel in so that's flattened back to the very neutral. So you imagine that from the ground down to the tailbone is the line. Soften your elbow. Inhale, slowly lift your head and your tailbone up. Letting your belly drop the one to the mat. Draw your shoulder blade away from your ears. Look up. Exhale, pulling your abdomen the one to the ceiling. Rounding your back from the lower back up to the upper back, just to your chest. Into the angry cat pose. Inhale, slowly lift your head, tailbone up. Into Vittalasana, cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine. Up, down, chins to the chest. Inhale it up again. So mindfully move through this movement and take also the time to feel your lower back, lower spine work up and down like a warm-up. And you can do it many breaths that you need for your lower back. Exhale, round in the spine. Inhale, slowly come back to the neutral position. This is the very starting position, that tabletop. Rounding, soften your elbow again. Inhale, slowly bring your right hand up, stand up and out. And exhale, bring your right arm under to your left hand. Inhale, straighten up again. Now your hip remains square. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. For the third time, bring your right shoulder and the top of your head resting on the mat. Your hip maintain and remain square. So feel that the twist from your lower back, from the navel. Inhale, slowly breath your left palm down on the mat. Slowly lift your body back up. Bring your right hand back up to the ceiling again. And exhale, lower your right hand down. So we repeat with the left side. Find your balance again on your knees in your tabletop position. Inhale, extend the left hand up toward the ceiling. Exhale, left hand under your right. Soften, and of course you can bend your right elbow. Inhale. And exhale. Just work this with the feel route. Exhale. On your third breath, lower your left shoulder on the mat, the top of your head on the mat. So if you have a little bit flexibility on your lower back, of course you can rest your left ear on the mat. But I don't want you to compress too much, so rest the top of the mat and the top of the head on the mat. And then feel the twist. Gaze up toward the ceiling if your neck allows you to, otherwise just look forward. And now inhale, now rest down your right palm. And then lift your left torso up again. Extend your left hand up toward the ceiling. Exhale, left hand on the mat. Very good. Now from here, so I will remove the blanket. So we go into the downward facing dog. So which will easier for us to go into the downward facing dog without the blanket. In the tabletop position, touch your toes. And then slowly lift an inch off the mat. Lift the knee an inch off the mat. And so slowly, and then shift your weight back on your heel and on your thigh. And slowly straighten. Send your pelvis up toward the ceiling. Draw your tailbone down toward the back wall behind you. Keep your hand extended. Press your mat away from your shoulder away from your ears, and your ears in line with the upper arms. And when you exhale out, bring your right heel onto the mat and keep your left knee deeply bent. Inhale, bend your right knee. Exhale, slowly bring your left heel towards the mat. Inhale, bend the left and straighten the right. Inhale, bend the right and straighten the left. So if you can't bring your heel towards your mat, it's okay as long as you can bring the heel toward the mat. It's not necessary to touch the mat. And feel the sensations at the back of your hamstrings. Slowly. Draw your navel in. Your kneecap slightly up towards your thighs. So you actually activate. Soften your knees, soften your elbows. And then slowly meet me at the normal downward facing dog. If your hamstrings are too tight, so don't try to straighten and lock your knee. So I refer to soften, bend your knee, and then bring your hip and bring your pelvis up toward the ceiling. Rest your mat away, rest your shoulder away from your mat rather than just go through like this, right in there. So you feel that your spine lengthening in this downward facing dog. Exhale. Straight down. Inhale slowly. Lift your left hand off the mat and bring your left hand to the outer side of your right shin or right thigh. So it depends which hand, how far your hands can reach. Yeah, and then you can work, of course, try to wrap your right ankle, but don't push yourself too much on the first glass. Just maybe reach into the outside as long as you can feel the twist. And twist your torso, allow your torsos and your arm into the right side. Gaze softly. So you can look up toward the ceiling or look forward. Exhale, stay here for 1 or 2 breaths only. Rest down to your right arm. Inhale, slowly untwist your left side. Bring your left hand back again. Exhale into the downward facing dog. Inhale, raise your right arm up again. Bring your right arm to the outer side of your left shin or your left thigh onto the outer side of your left ankle. It depends on you again. Allow your torso again, twist to the left. Navel in, kneecap slightly up the one to the thigh. Long breath in and long breath out. Breath out your power. So let it calm your nervous system, calm your muscles. Exhale. Inhale, slowly untwist your body. Bring your right hand back up again. As you exhale, slowly bend your knee and then slowly walk your hand back to your hand, to your feet. Keep your knee bent. Now keep your feet hip distance apart. Inhale, slowly halfway lift. Now your hand can roll on the mat or your hand can roll on your shin, lengthen the spine. When you exhale, deeply bend your body so that your stomach, your tummy lie down on your thigh. Now rest your hand, bend your elbow and clasp the elbow with your opposite hands. Relax the back of your neck, relax your shoulder. Let your torso to drop down like the trap door. Slowly shift your weight on the ball of your feet to activate your thigh muscle. And if you feel like you have more room, of course, you can go straight with your both leg. But remember, we shouldn't lock our knees. Also, you can swing your head and your neck to the side, right side, to the left side. Every time we move our torso to the left or to the right, you can feel more sensations on your right or on your left leg. To take this time and to observe your muscle stretching, and you feel that where you need to work more on. And then slowly just release your hands again. Place your both hand on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Remember, hand on the shin or on the thigh as long as you elongate your spine. Distribute the weight on your both thigh and then walk your hand to the right side. Remain your pelvis square and feel like you're lengthening your lower back muscle. Inhale, coming back to the center. As you exhale, look to the left. Walk both hands to the left. Inhale, slowly coming back to the center. Exhale, walk your hand about forward, forward, forward. And we go into the plank. Shift your weight on the toes and shift your torso a little bit forward so that your shoulder right over into your wrist. Navel in, relax the back of your neck. Squeeze your glutes and exhale, lower your knee down. And then just down, chin down, all the way down on your lying on your belly. I have to move down so everybody can see me. That's good. Now keep your chin on the mat. Bring your hand to chest level both feet together, the top of the feet resting down. Slightly lift the knee off the mat. When you slightly lift the knee off the mat, you can feel that your buttock squeezing. Inhale, slowly draw your shoulder blade back and down. At the same time, lift your chest, your chin, your head up. Now, if you're able to go too far away from your ribcage, draw it back. So, in this baby cobra, we want to feel that lower back muscle engaging and working to lift our chest up rather than let your hand up. Exhale, lower your forehead down. Inhale, shoulder blade back and down, up. And then exhale down. Work with few rounds here, maybe 5 rounds, 5 breaths. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. And slowly bring your hand forward and in front of your forehead and rest onto your left cheek on your right cheek. Let your heel fall apart into each side. Just rest still for only 1 breath. And slowly bring your hand back into the chest level. And roll to your body, roll your torso, the whole body to the left side. And just move your body to the line to your back. That's great. Now draw your both knee towards to your chest. Bring your right hand on your right knee, left hand on your left knee, and draw your both knee towards to your chest. Slowly release your lower back on the mat and just rock side to side. Just gently give it a small massage. Then slowly extend your left hand to the side. Bring your right hand to the outer side of your left knee and bring your both knee to the right side so that your right knee now on your mat or on the floor and your left knee is stacked on the top of your right thigh. Keep your both shoulder blades in contact with the mat and gaze to the left side. Again, 3 breaths here if you want more breath, 5, 4, it's up to you. Long breath in and long breath out. Inhale slowly. Lift your body back up to the center. Bring your left hand back to the outer side of your right knee. Extend your right hand out. And bring your body to your left side. Now left leg now on the route. And your right leg is stacked on the top of your left leg. Right shoulder blade draw on the mat and gaze to the right side. Inhale, slowly lift your bottom knee back up again. Hand alongside your body. Lower your feet on the mat. Your feet and your knee hip distance apart, so your thighs should parallel to each other. Inhale, extend your left leg up, forward, upward toward the ceiling. When you exhale, bend your left leg, cross your left ankle to the outer side of your right thigh. Inhale, slowly lift your right leg up again. Keep your right shin parallel with the mat. Now bring your left hand through the space between your both thighs. Interlock your finger behind your right thigh. Draw your shoulder blade back and down when you exhale. Inhale, create a length in the back of your neck as you exhale, draw your right thigh towards to your chest. And you can feel that the outer side of your left hip stretching. The more you draw your right thigh towards to the chest, the more that your left hip opening. Every time you exhale, soften your chest, soften your shoulder. Last breath, inhale and then slowly exhale. Release your hands, lower down your right foot down, uncross your left leg. Inhale, extend your right foot up toward the ceiling, left heel pointing up. Exhale, cross your right ankle over the top of your left knee. Inhale, lift your left leg up, left shin parallel with the mat. Your right hand bring it through to the space between your both thighs. Interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Exhale. Inhale, draw your shoulder blade back and down. Open your chest. Draw your left knee towards your chest. You should stay at the same amount of time. Would you stay with the other side? Every time you exhale and you think that you have more room into your right hip, your left hip, just draw your left thigh more towards your chest. Inhale, slowly release your hands. Lower your left foot down and uncross your right foot. Your feet, your knees still hip distance apart. And slowly draw your hip towards your buttocks. Now your hand alongside your body, palm facing down on the mat. Create some length in the back of your neck as you exhale out. Inhale, slowly press down to your butt feet. And you exhale, lift your pelvic up off the mat and then your spine vertebrae by vertebrae slowly. Maintain your knees at hip distance apart. Now feel that your glutes is working. Bring your chest toward to your chins. Gaze up toward to the ceiling and keep it stay there. Don't move right or left. Exhale, lower your spine again, vertebrae by vertebrae, and then down to your tailbone. Inhale, lift again. So work this one for 5 again. 5 or 6 breaths. Exhale, lower down, slowly down. Inhale, lift. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And the last pose, in the last round, if you want, we can hold the pose as well. Rest down your palms, and then slowly inhale, breathing. Lift your pelvis up, and then your spine up, just to your chin, chins to your chest. Sorry, and then rotate your shoulder blade underneath your back. Clasp your hands and press it down. So push up a little bit up high. Now, if you need falling apart like this, try to maintain it at hip distance apart. When you just towards your chins, that's really good. Face up. And then exhale, unclasp your hands, lower your spine down, and then your tailbone down. Draw your knees towards your chest, give them a big hug. Inhale, lift your forehead up towards to your knees, rounding the spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then slowly release your hand. Extend your both legs out straight. Your legs slightly apart from each other, and your arms slightly apart from your body. Create the length in the back of your neck. Draw yourself like back and down so that your chest can open and your belly can be softened. So we're going to the Korsbo Savasana.